Well, that's not the concern in Cincinnati because they don't fire anybody who has a buyout left. And we know that drill by now. Zac Taylor will be back with the Bengals. They won't announce it, but they may as well. Zac Taylor has guaranteed money left on his contract, which means Zac Taylor is not being fired. Duke Tobin has guaranteed money left on his contract, which means Duke Tobin is not being fired. And Zac Taylor said yesterday he doesn't plan to change any of the members of the coaching staff. Why? Well, they probably got guaranteed money too. And when it's a family-owned business that isn't subsidized by all the billions that ownership makes in other lines of work, the profit margin is far more important for those owners. And that's the reality. This is a family-owned team. Without this business, that business, that business, that business is not a write-off. It's not a tax shelter. It's not a vanity play. This is the business. And they're in the business of making as much money as possible. That's why Zac Taylor's back, plain and simple. Because, look, Stefanski's out, failing to make the playoffs 4 times in 6 years. Zac Taylor's failed to make it 5 times in 7 years. He's got a 3-year string of no playoff appearances. Yeah. And he's got Joe Burrow. Kevin Stefanski doesn't.
And that was my exact point. And Joe Burrow has been very vocal. Things need to change. Things need to be different. And I think a lot of us thought that difference was going to be Zac Taylor no longer the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. So I wonder how this all shakes out as they come back and they basically say, let's do the same thing again. And their star quarterback has already said he is not with that. So who knows how this will turn out.
Yeah, I mean, the changes that Joe Burrow wants, we don't know. But he's not going to get changes in the coaching staff, not unless people choose to leave, because anybody who is fired is entitled to any remaining pay due under their contracts. And Taylor's made it clear he doesn't intend to make changes to the staff, and it's clear. The Bengals put the statement out yesterday morning, lest there be any doubt. It's the second time, I think, that they've put out a statement right after the season that they're not firing Zac Taylor. And I know that, I had this conversation a couple of years ago. When we were in that weird little Bill Belichick vigil where are the Cowboys and the Eagles going to get into kind of a competition for him? Is Dallas going to fire Mike McCarthy and hire Bill Belichick? Is after that free fall that the Eagles had in 2023 and then the 32-9 loss? Because remember, it was the same weekend. The Cowboys got embarrassed at home by the Packers in the wild card round, and then on Monday night, the Eagles got embarrassed by the Buccaneers 32-9, and there was that great image of Jeffrey Lurie where it was like a combination of different emotions, which told me I don't like what's going on here. We spent a couple of days wondering what's going to happen. The Cowboys ultimately issued a statement that McCarthy's going to be back. The Eagles ultimately issued nothing. And the Eagles' attitude was, I mean, why do we need to issue a statement that our coach is coming back? We just keep going. But the Bengals felt compelled to issue a statement because it was the subject of intense speculation. Not by me, because I knew he was coming back. Because I knew he had a buyout. It's that simple. He's coming back. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.